Cooker Brothers were kind of the side project to that when we kind of were getting into acoustic instruments and acoustic music. And I guess Matt met Jesse in university, and Matt and I had already been jamming. I was learning the dobro, like slide guitar and harmonica. Matt was learning the banjo, and Jesse had a mandolin. Everybody wants you to define your type of music that you play, and we don't really stick to one style by any means. And so I like rhythm and blues. I like someone said stompin' scrapyard funk. So I like that because we like to play kind of with traditional music, but like kind of traditional sounds, but also bringing new influences in there too. And so we listen to all kinds of music in the van while we're touring around, and so bits of it seep in all over, like a bit of reggae and a bit of Afrobeat will be sneaking into the next album a little bit. Yeah, we all write songs, and sometimes we all like to sing, and sometimes it's hard to sing someone else's words, I guess. And and so you kind of write a song, you kind of want to sing it yourself sometimes. It's like a resonator guitar, so it's got like a metal cone in it that resonates. But the unique thing about it is that it's got a square neck, and I play it like flat, like lap style, with a metal bar. And so it's a type of steel guitar, but it's an acoustic steel guitar, and it's really common in bluegrass music and a little less so in country music. Blues guys will play round neck resonators with a bottleneck slide, and so it's kind of a similar sound, but the bar is heavier, and so it kind of has more sustain than that. It's still pretty metallic and twangy sounding. More of a log house, this one. It was a lot bigger, and this was north of Winnipeg, and yeah, it's this really beautiful log house that the owner runs a bed and breakfast, but she was going on vacation, and the deal was that we got to record the album in her house as long as we fed her cat. And yeah, that's where we recorded the EP and the next album. So hockey tape is kind of textured. It's very similar to canvas, and so rather than buying buying canvas, he just would do hockey tape on top of cardboard and paint on that. This is by our friend Paul Robles, who did the first two album covers. This one's by our friend Kyle Sherman. That's based off of a photo that he took while he was running around Italy with us last May. Yeah, well, like log cabins, like because they're made out of wood, and also just the shape, like it's very irregular. The sound of them is really great. Uh, there's no parallel walls, kind of, to build up bad frequencies or anything, and so they always sound really good. And yeah, it's just got this real organic kind of natural feel to it, and so it's always inspiring to be in something like that. And all three places are kind of that we recorded the albums are kind of isolated, and so it's kind of nice to get away from everything and just kind of isolate yourself and focus on making the record. Hopefully, hopefully some people will come out and and check us out. And that's the whole idea, is that we're hoping to meet some people that can, maybe help us out over there. Because we've been touring around Canada and we kind of know the scene here, but it's totally different scene over there. And yeah, you kind of hear about these kind of things that lots of people go hoping to get discovered, and some people play to nobody, and some people have a packed room. But
How
also,
many?
if you play to two or three people, sometimes it's the right two or three people. Yeah, we've got two so far. One is in the Stiegel tent on
Okay.
May 9th, and then we're doing one at the Blind Tiger Club on May 10th. And that's part of what's called Canadian Blast, put on by
Ooh.
the Canadian Independent Musicians Association. Lawrence is one of Matt's middle names, and it's
Oh.
the name of his grandfather. And when we were recording that album, Matt had just like a little box of trinkets, like thumb picks and a tuner and stuff. But in it was this knife that his grandma had sent him, and just kind of this simple, earnest note from his grandma that was talking about, I thought you would like a knife like your grandpa has. He's always got it on it, and any time someone needs to cut a piece of string or something, he has someone, they say, Lawrence, where's your knife? And he has the knife, and it gets the job done. Just the sweet little note from his grandma, and it ended up kind of being a joke that we were going to call the record that, and then the more we thought about it, the more real it became. Well, before the Great Escape, we've got a couple shows. We're playing the Dublin Castle on May 5th, and we're doing the Slaughtered Lamb on May 7th. And then after the Great Escape, we're going to kind of Belgium and Netherlands just for a few shows because we've been there before, and just basically to go visit some friends. We have some friends in Voordam, Belgium, at this little bar called Cowboy Up that they're kind of like our family there, and so we're going to play there and a couple bars in the Netherlands, and then we head home. And we're looking at coming back in the spring of 2015, probably, to release the new album and do a big tour then, probably. So there's a few pretty stripped down folky songs, but then there's a few with like there's one with kind of a what I would call like hip hop feel underneath it. It's just kind of undertone, but with a pedal steel guitar over top of it, and then one that almost feels like Afrobeat music with but done
Ooh.
with bluegrass instruments, and there's kind of some spoken word happening over top of that.
It's raining today.
I don't know. I think
But
we've
look
covered it
what the
all.
sky is falling beyond the tears in your eyes. If I had known what
Bye.
leaving would do, I'd have never fallen in love with you. These lonesome miles.